While we will dig deeper into the topic of forecasting and budgeting in Module 3, there are two important things to take into account when thinking about forecasts. You have your constrained forecast and you have your unconstrained forecasts. These are the two terms that are most commonly used in the industry. The constrained forecast is used for financial purposes, giving your controller and other team members a realistic outlook at how the property is going to fill up. The unconstrained forecast is used for pricing. If there's 100% unconstrained demand on one day versus 200% unconstrained demand for another day, the price you offer leading up to that day should be vastly different, even though you will end up selling the same number of rooms on both days. If you didn't have the constraint of your property having, let's say, 100 rooms, for example, you know the overall demand and could sell to anyone interested. These concepts help you better understand compression. Compression is when demand outpaces supply for a given day at a given hotel. You are considered at higher compression as you reach close to or surpass a sellout. With high compression, you should typically be yielding your prices up as demand increases. But without understanding demand and without a forecast, you can't know how to properly price your rooms. Hotels generally forecast by day, month, and year. There's no right answer as to what should be included in a forecast. It could depend on the ownership group, management company, and those using the report and what their data needs are. Following your forecasting, you want to analyze the variance or changes from current to previous place forecasts or property performances. Understanding the year-to-date, or YTD, compared to this year versus same time last year, or STLY, your week over week, and all the different changes in your consumer patterns so you get a better understanding of your demand and pricing approach. And remember, this will always affect promotional and operational efforts throughout the property. Analyzing booking curve patterns will allow you to see how your forecast is pacing. You can make adjustments based on if the booking curve is ahead of or behind what you previously thought. We will discuss more on booking curve management later in this presentation. Remember, having confidence in your forecast is crucial to your pricing strategy. Only through having an idea of how many rooms you're going to pick up in advance can you trust your pricing decisions. Too often, hotels can lose faith in their forecast and drop rate. However, if you have the proper tools in place to accurately forecast web traffic, historical data, if applicable, review data, and even event data, then you can convince yourself as well as your GM, owner, and others who may challenge your pricing strategy. Forecasting is truly at the heart of revenue management. Having a good forecast is not just vital for revenue management, but it's really the heart of the property across all departments. Having an accurate forecast has a ripple effect to every department at the property and all the way up to the management company, and at the corporate level as well. Price and profit optimization starts with an accurate forecast. From a revenue manager's perspective, if you're able to forecast accurately, you can then price effectively and optimize your revenues. Budgeting is generally done based on forecasts completed at the end of the previous calendar year. The most common season for budgeting depends on the region, but for most hotel companies, it's in September or October. Budgeting enables hotel companies to run their fiscal daily budgets based off of forecasts for that upcoming year completed in the previous October. While we will discuss this further in Module 4, one thing to keep in mind about budgeting is that you should not price to budget. One of the biggest mistakes managers make is when they are not pricing or yielding their hotel to market, but to budget. While hotel employees' bonuses are often tied to budgets, do not let it cloud your decisions. Budgets are made too far in advance to lend insight into daily yielding decisions. Budgets and forecasting are vital, but they are driven by the hotel's price and performance. In the next video, we'll discuss some of the best practices in hotel pricing and how it ties to the larger picture of revenue strategy.